Okay, I'll try this again. I just had a call from the VA. I was scheduled to see my primary on May 22nd and have all my labs like a week or two before then. And now they just pushed it back till June 2nd. So it's like I get my labs and I'm almost a month out after I get my labs before I get my appointment. Terrible. Anyway, that's the joy of the VA. So I'm going to do some a reading on Putin, what's going on with Putin. Now, I guess he's accusing the U.S. of having Ukraine lob a missile or something in there to try to assassinate him. And, of course, the U.S. is denying that. So let's see what's going on with Putin. So we're going to use also this deck as well. So going into it, we have the journey of the past, and I think we're going to use, I'm going to use this Lenormand, the straight regular Lenormand with this instead of my extended deck this time. So with the journey, we have anchored in. So this is continuing forward. This is something that he's struggling with because he can't back out of it now. We've got the family. Now, usually that's my card for 45, his family. Maybe it still is something to do with it, but of course, he's no longer in office, so he's of no help. You know, he's really of no help with this now. So maybe he's kind of bemoaning that fact, or it could be also interpretation of it could be that the people of Russia, they're tired of it. The ones he's sending out there to fight the war in Ukraine, they're like, we're done. We're tired. We want to end it. So what they have now is change. What we have now is going through the change. A bouquet, he's trying to find out something of benefit. The timing, okay, things are moving. And trying to figure out what he's holding to. What are his assets? What does he have left? And it just feels like the bouquet that he's trying to create it into something that it's not. Trying to hold onto some sort of positivity. The center of it, imprisonment. When it comes to it could be financial, it could be his fishtails, his lies. He's got himself really mired in this, the struggle. Yeah. Now we know that when he started it, this is going to be over so quickly. It's what he's trying to feed to his people. We're the great liberators. They've got the Nazis there. They've got this. They're going to throw flowers. They're going to be so happy to see us. So he started out with this lie. And he's still trying to figure some way to make it sound better than it is, and he's stuck in this struggle. He cannot back out of it now. He's caught by his own words and his own drama. And it could be also because of this, because of his lies and saying we're the great liberators, and now he keeps sending more and more people there, that the Russian people themselves are tired of it as well. The challenge is the community, yeah. The Russian people are, I'm sure, fit to be tied at this present time with this. Yeah, darker, the dark elements. They are not buying into his drama anymore. Now, I'm sure at first they were, yes, we're the liberators, they're going to love us. He's got the burden of this now that he's carrying. It's become very heavy. More stuff is coming down that he can't control, and doesn't know how to deal with it because of the lies he started when he went into it. You know, his whole thing is, I'm going to restore Russia to its former glory. I'm going to go down in history. I'm going to be like the czars. I want to, all of the fantasy he had. Clarification, the false person, okay? He's been a liar. Underneath of it all, he's in despair. He's not doing well mentally. He's not doing well physically. The false person, he's looking for friends. He feels like friends have he's losing allies. He's looking for friends. He's trying to figure out a path. Okay? Not going well. Yeah, trying to figure out some friends to aid him. But you can't trust him. Again, false person. He's looking for more aid. So we know he's met with Xi Jinping as well, trying to create some sort of an alliance, trying to anchor somebody in there. But underneath of it, it's not going well, is what it looks like. Yeah, he's got the journey. Then it's going through the changes. First he came out with that anchored in, we're going to be liberator. They're going to throw flowers. They're going to be so happy to see us. Then they had the change, and he's still trying to buoy it up with flowery speech, etc. But then in the center, he's finding himself imprisoned by his lies, by his drama, and also financial stuff. The community, it's getting dark, and he's a false person, not someone to be trusted. And so he is still trying to find somebody there that will align with him. Okay? So let's see, underneath of it all, judgment is coming down, okay? Because why? He's facing losses. He doesn't have much in reserves any longer, okay? It's a tower moment. He is feeling really embattled, and he's trying to figure out a new message, because this is coming to what? It's coming to its conclusion when it comes to the end of a cycle. And he is surrounded in that, okay? And he's blocked. He doesn't want to hear anything. He doesn't want to hear real information. He's like 45. He only wants to take in what he wants to hear. So they're not going to give him the honest assessments of things, because he's volatile, okay? If he doesn't like what you have to say, he'll get rid of you. So he wants yes men around him, like 45. They're, that same type of thing. You've all got to agree with me, and if you don't, I'll make you pay. Okay, so again, what's driving him is judgment. We have the tower moment happening, and this whole thing is consuming his whole world at the moment. So it's not looking good for him. So going into this, what's driving it, we have the wheel. The wheel is turning, and this is continuing forward. So that's what's driving this part of the reading. He's trying to look at what information he has, what assets he has. He's looking for aid, and then, looking at what he has that he can give to his people. But it's, they're in a very bad position. The Russian troops, they don't have they're not given rations, they're not given the things they need to fight. So he is again looking for more dark money behind the scenes from Xi Jinping, etc. He's trying to hold on. We've got the whole family there, and all of this stuff is coming down that they are not liking. Okay, the Russian people are, I think, turning on him, because this is not going well. Okay, mentally, he's not doing well, it looks like, as well. This is the card of retreat, mental retreat. Okay, now it could be also mentally he's retreated into his own drama, because what we have, the last couple cards, we have these arguments, this intense infighting, and the burden that he's got. So he is locked in his own mental spin, and looking for aid from outside, from looks like Xi Jinping. The Russian people are seeing that he is the community again, that he is a false person, okay, that he's lied to them going in. This keeps moving forward and changing, and he is imprisoned and caught by his own drama, and he cannot get out of it. He is in jail mentally. I'm sure he's worried about jail physically with these losses. So that's what I'm getting for Putin now. Putin is, when 45 was in the White House, he could manipulate him. Well, he can't manipulate Biden, okay? And so he is in a bad position, and of course wants to blame the Biden administration and saying that they are trying to assassinate him, okay? Okay, looking at this underneath of it, this view of assassination, the light is, this is something he is toying with. He's juggling in the hidden things, so he is, of course, wanting to say that this is going on behind the scenes, and that the light is hidden, it's a covert operation, etc. They're after me, and this is what he's juggling. He's in fear of that they are out to try to, he's paranoia. He's in the midst of paranoia, okay? I'm going to pull 3 cards. Is there Are there people close to him now that want to assassinate him? Are there people surrounding him that are looking at possibly assassinating Putin? We have the strong mentality wanting to change. There is the burden at the center of it, and tempering. Okay, so it looks like there are people there that want to see things balanced out. They want to see this brought, but it doesn't necessarily say that they are ready to move on an attempted assassination of Putin. Let's look at how is Putin's physical health. Let's do that. His physical health. Some things walked away from. The chapter, end chapter, and a strong. So it looks like it could be the challenge is strength. It looks like some of his strength is weakening physically when it comes to his whole body system, okay? Because this is the card of challenge, okay? Going into it, some of the things, it could be in his circulatory system. There is some difficulties coming up in his circulatory system. So let's look at his mental. What about his mental? We've got those that he's close to. We have this wanting to control leadership, and the challenge is looking deeper at those surrounding him. So 3 major arcana out here out of 3. 3 out of 3. So he's suspicious, okay? He's in paranoia about the people all surrounding him, because here he is in the center, wanting to be leader, controlling. We have those surrounding him, and he is looking deeper at them, okay? So he's in paranoia, worried. His mental health is looking at those surrounding him. Very paranoid at the moment. And how is the war going? What's actually happening for Russia in the midst of this fighting, and then we'll see what his idea is about it. So we have the people, families, at the center of it, again, looking for aid, looking for help. And the challenge is theft, trying to get away with things. So it looks like they don't have the aid. So going into Ukraine, they're having to steal what they need in order to survive. So that's not looking good for the Russian fighters. So what does Putin's idea about it? What does Putin think? So we see that actually they're having to steal, they're having to, it's a supplement because they're not getting the things they need from Putin, from Russia. But what is Putin's idea about how it's going? Backed up, okay, on the defensive, on the edge, okay, the center of it, fishtails. So again, not being honest with himself, and the challenge is temperance, okay? So he's, again, still trying to lie to himself about what's happening and the balance of power, the balance of things taking place. But he is feeling that they are in a critical position, okay? Yeah, critical position of the troops. So while we're in this, let's look at Zelensky. So how is Zelensky's health? Let's just start there. We'll look at his health, physical health, then we'll look at his mental health. Physically, working on things. I think he tries to take care of himself. At the center of it, we have endings, okay? And the challenge is staying in control and grounded, okay? So it looks like his physical health may be impacted by so many deaths that are happening in Ukraine, that is taking a toll on him physically as well. But he's working on staying fit so he can continue to govern the way he needs to. So let's look at his mental health. How is Zelensky's mental health? The burden, which we can understand that, again, holding on to whatever he can hold on to, assets and everything. But the challenge is this dark night of drama, having to deal with it. The burden of this. Not always having it feels like a bit of depression coming in for him, because this is going on for so long. The difficulty, looks like what's weighing on him physically are so many deaths of Ukrainian people, and so this is affecting him in a bit of depression, which is understandable for everything he's going through. So let's look at Ukraine. How are their troops? How are they doing? How are they holding up? The fighters of Ukrainian fighters, going into it, hidden things, okay? At the center of the long term, they're in it for the long term haul. And the challenge is, just this overarching darkness that's going on. So, looking at it, there are a lot of hidden things. They're not giving up. At the center of it, we're in it for the long run, but they just see Putin as, this egotistical drama, and they don't know. Things are still in the dark, not really seeing the end, but they're not giving up. They will fight till the end. They will absolutely fight to the end. I'm trying to think. And I think I'll leave it there. I think I'll ask, what about Xi Jinping when it comes to this Ukrainian, the things that are happening with Russia in Ukraine? What about Xi Jinping? Seeds planted, doesn't like the harvest, okay? The center of it, looking at going forward, what's the benefit, what's not. The challenge is the family. So he's looking at it, calculating, is this going to benefit China in some way for the future, okay? Going into it, he doesn't see a great harvest, but again, he's looking towards the future, and the challenge is, will this benefit him in the long run? So that's what he's trying to calculate out now with what's going on with this war in Ukraine. So on that note, I am going to leave this here, and thanks for tuning in. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you online.